The ability to stand up after a stroke or neurological injury allows you to improve your functions a lot more and significantly enhances your quality of life. If you're a stroke survivor and you are not able to stand up effectively or efficiently, this video I'm going to show you very simple things that you can do right now and you can start to see immediate improvements by applying these tips and exercises. Welcome to Basically Physio. My name is Suresh and I'm a physiotherapist. Quick disclaimer, none of this replaces medical professional advice and I do this in my personal capacity. You may belong into one of these categories. You are able to stand up but you're not doing it effectively and efficiently. You are able to stand up but you're not doing it safely. Or you are able to sit but you're not able to stand up yet. So if you fall into any of these categories, this video is going to be very beneficial for you. So I'm going to be talking to you the 3 common mistakes that I see as a stroke survivor when you're trying to stand up. The first is you are seated too far into your chair. So what I mean is this. So when you are trying to stand up, most of the time, your butt is going to be all the way into your chair. What this does is that you're not going to be using your knee extensors, meaning the top muscle here, the quadriceps muscle, to the advantage. So if let's say you are able to sit out a little bit more, can you see that there's a bit more space for you to actually lean further forward in front? And when your body goes past your knees, you're actually able to use your quadriceps muscles a bit more better to your advantage. And the next thing is that when you're seated so far in, most of the time in your wheelchairs, this is actually going to be a sinking down pattern here. That is actually for comfort, okay, that you're able to lean back a bit more better and more comfortably. But this is actually not good because most of the time when you're sinking down, you're actually starting from an even lower position and standing up is going to be much more difficult for you. So this is mistake number 1, which is sitting too far in. What you want to do to correct this is that every time you try to stand up, the first thing you do is actually to hold on to something, either your handrail or something in front or even your walking aid. You can actually just sit further forward in front, create some space from your backrest to your buttocks area, and then do your standing up movement. The next movement is not leaning further forward in front. That means your trunk, most of the time, is not going to be leaning far forward in front. The moment you lean far forward in front, first thing I explain is that you're going to be able to use your quadriceps muscle and your hip extensor muscles to stand up better. The second thing that happens when you're not leaning further forward in front is that your butt is actually not going to be lifting up. Take a look at this when I tell you to lean further forward in front. So the moment you lean forward in front, you can actually start to see your butt lifting off just a few centimeters off the chair already. And for someone who is having such weakness in the lower limb, this 1 to 2 cm of this passive lifting up of your butt by just leaning forward will help you greatly in your sit to stance. The third common mistake I see is that when you're standing up, most of the time stroke survivors, the stronger leg will be slightly back and the weaker leg will be slightly forward. So this is a very common habit and not a good habit to have after having a stroke, is because you are actually going to rely overly on the stronger leg. So for your case, this might be the opposite way around depending on which is your stronger leg. If you're just going to use your stronger leg all the time to stand up, what's going to happen is that if there is some power returning on this weaker leg, you are not going to enhance or actually make use of this return of power. So a lot of times, just take a look at yourself. If you are able to stand up now, the moment you stand up, take a look at where your leg is. There are high chances that most of the time for stroke survivors, I see this happening because it has just become a habit by itself. So you need to catch yourself to break this habit by, before standing up every single time, I want you to consciously shift this weaker leg backwards and the stronger leg shift it to be in line with the weaker leg. So both legs must be in line. And in this position, the first time you're going to stand up, it's going to be difficult. So use your hand to stand up. But over time, if you're able to train in such a manner, you're actually going to be much more efficient and you're also going to use this sit to stand as a good exercise to actually strengthen up your weaker leg. So be in line. This is the third mistake, not being in line like this. But you can always just shift it immediately by just correcting it and being more aware of where your leg is before you stand up. So the first exercise that I want you to do is actually shifting your body forward before you stand up. Okay, so for this, you're actually going to use your stronger hand to hold onto a support structure or a handrail if you can. I want you to hold onto it and I want you to lean forward and just shift forward slightly and keep on repeating this. Okay, so you lean forward and then you shift back. Okay, so you may not be able to shift a lot forward or a lot backwards, but I just want you to get used to this movement. Okay, so using a stronger hand, hold onto a support structure, pull and lean forward. and shift forward. So what you're doing is essentially, from the backrest to your buttocks, I want there to be a bit of space, okay? So I'm going to do this for about 10 times, and using a stronger hand, come forward, and after you have come forward, then still again lean forward and shift back, okay? It will be a tiring exercise, but I want you to put equal weight on both legs and try your best to lean forward and come forward, and subsequently lean forward and shift your weight backwards. If you're finding this video useful, do consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and also signing up to my weekly newsletter, Rehab Recovery. So you want to do this for about 10 times every single day, just for you to be able to build up this habit. So the next time you stand up, try to incorporate this movement before you stand up. So right before standing up, make sure your body is upright, you're actually pulling onto something stronger, or the handrail on your wheelchair, you can hold on to it and just shift forward, and then adjust your legs and then stand up. The next exercise is going to help you to lean further forward in front. So first, I want you to sit out of the chair a little bit more before doing this exercise. So sit out slightly. Using a stronger hand now, I want you to reach forward in front, okay? So imagine there's something in front that you want to grasp, okay? Using a stronger hand, if you can, your weaker hand also go together, but if not, it's okay. Just focus on your stronger hand. Reach forward and come back, okay? The main aim that you are doing is that your shoulders, I want you to go past your knee, okay? Past the knee. If your shoulders are going past your knee, you will notice something. Your buttocks is actually starting to lift off a little passively. You're not even activating any of the muscles there, but it's already starting to lift off. So shoulders, by using your hand to direct which direction, go further forward in front and come back. At the start, some of you guys may find this very scary, but if you are seated in a wheelchair with backrest and your armrest up, it should be relatively safe when doing this. But if you are not feeling safe, then just get someone to observe you or sit beside you as you're doing this exercise. So I want you to reach far forward, okay? So you really want to look far and try to aim for it. It shouldn't be something that you can grab easily. It should be beyond where you can grab. That is how it's going to force you to lean forward much more. Okay, so I want you to try this for 10 times, okay? But 10 times is not enough. I want you to go 3 to 5 sets daily for this exercise. So this next exercise is going to be a seated knee extension isometric holds. So what is going to happen is that you're going to use your weaker leg, okay, just to straighten it out as far as you can. And in this point of time, I want you to really focus on the quadriceps muscles. Okay, really contract it for about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, and come back down slowly. Okay, so go up, weaker leg. Try to straighten your knee as far forward as you can and squeeze these quadriceps muscles. Actively contract it for 5 to 10 seconds and come back down slowly. Okay, you can also do it on a stronger leg, no problem, but focus on your weaker leg first. Okay, and down. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Hold for 5 to 10 seconds and come back down slowly. If you want to challenge yourself further, you can actually put some ankle weights or get a therapeutic band. We call it therapy bands. So this can actually, you can tie to your ankle here and tie to your chair here and just try to extend and hold it. It's going to be much more of a challenge to give you a bit of load to make it more stronger. So if you don't have any of the equipment, then this exercise will be good enough as well. 5 to 10 seconds and come back down. For a start, you want to do 10 repetitions of 10 seconds hold, 3 sets. If you can do more, go ahead up to 15 repetitions and hold for 10 seconds. Repeat it between 3 to 5 sets in a day. And down. Okay, so the next exercise that we're going to do is a sit to stand, but with much more better control. So first thing, before you stand up, I want you to position both your legs in line. That means both your feet, not one in front of the other, both in the same line, okay? And then using a stronger hand, hold onto a support structure and slowly get up, okay? And at the top, I want you to just come back down slowly. Okay, so I'm just going to explain a little. If you are taking 1 to 2 seconds to stand up, I want your sitting down movement to be 3 to 4 seconds. That means double the period of time that you took to stand up. So imagine I'm standing up now about 2 seconds. I'm going to take 4 seconds to sit down. Okay, so I'm really going to force myself to come down slowly. And at the last part, control myself before falling back into the chair. So try not to fall back into the chair. So lean forward, make sure feet is in line. Lean forward, okay, go up. And imagine you took 1 to 2 seconds, then your sitting down is going to be double the duration, just to make sure you do it slowly. Okay, so this will be tiring. I want you to try for 10 times 3, but really do it slowly. The slower you do, the better it's going to be for you. So coming up this way, you can use your strong hand to pull, but try your best to put equal weight on both sides, okay? And at the top, come back down slowly. Really try to feel your quadriceps muscles, that means the muscles at the front of your knee. These are going to be burning a little bit more as you're doing this exercise because you're exerting the muscles at the area. So lean forward and come up and come down slowly. Okay, the next exercise, the last exercise, is going to be a bit more advanced, but if you can aim to go towards this, it'll be very good for you and will help you significantly. So the next exercise is going to start off in a standing position. Okay, from a standing position, what we're going to do is we're going to come back down. Okay, but we're going to pause here. We're going to pause here for a while, for about 3 to 5 seconds. And as you pause, I want you to put equal weight on both sides. So not leaning onto your stronger side, but trying to come equally onto the weaker side as well. And then slowly sit down. Okay, this will be tiring, very much more tiring than the other exercises. I want you to give it a shot for 8 repetitions, okay? So start off in a standing position and come down slowly and hold it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sit down. Okay, up and come back down and hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sit down. And up and down now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sit down. Hey guys, I have a free Facebook group community, and this is called Support for Recovery. Do consider checking it out and becoming a free member, and we can actually connect more in the Facebook group. The link is in the description below. Do take a look at this lower limb strengthening video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.